It looks like we have a science problem in Marvel Contest of Champions. Yes, everybody, welcome to the second video of the day. Now, it dawned on me the other day, where are the numbers at with different classes and champions that are coming in to the game? And for this video, and shout out to Aunt May, I'm going to be going over the various different classes and as well looking at where the problem is with science and what can be done about it to add in new champions from the greater Marvel universe, where everybody then responds with a who gif when we add in a new one. And then we go, yeah, it's Marvel. Marvel characters get added into a Marvel game. That happens. But in any case, I digress in some interesting stats for you. Red Guardian in May 28th was the last science champion that was added to the game. Prior to that, it was Mr. Fantastic, which was added in late November. So yes, there's been quite a big gap since the last time a science champion was added in, and as well prior to that, a big gap as well. And the gaps keep on getting bigger, especially with the way that other champion classes are being added in. And you might think, wow, like there's limited tech, but tech champions were actually added in quite a bit in previous years, especially 2019, seeing 1, 2, 3, yep, 3 being added. Not a huge amount, but still it does add to a very growing line of class. Now, what of next month and what does it do with additions and subtractions? Additions is that we'll see 2 champions in. One will be Cosmic Ghost Rider. The second one is going to be Red Goblin. 2 characters that have cosmic influence in their makeup, and it is debatable factors whether or not Cosmic Ghost Rider will be mystic or cosmic. It doesn't really matter if it's either or either, especially when it comes to Mephisto's manipulation and powers given. Let's just say, for hell's sake, that it's 2 cosmics that are being added in next month. Now, here's where the issues arise. If you include the 2 cosmic champions for October, then it looks like this. Science with 27, Mystic with 29, Skill with 32, Tech with 29, Mutant 34, Cosmic 36. So here is the thing. Science is the one with the least champions. Mystic, there are plenty of mystics out there, but because science is the lacking of 2, in deficit 2 mystic and tech, I'm going to focus on this being the problem and how Kabam can boost it with different options. Unfortunately, science falls into this pitfall of where do we draw the line of it just being the Fantastic Four or Spiderverse type champions, because that is the biggest problem. Most of the time, science-based implementation is the restriction of, hey, is this going to be a character with a tech suit, in bunny ears, tech suit, that is then making that they are technically a technical advanced champion, but as well it's science that creates their being. Like the argument like, okay, so you've got Hank Pym and Pym Particle, is that the thing that is powering the suit that is a technical suit based on that champion of Ant-Man? Does the same principle come into play with the Hank Pym version? Is same with Wasp, and as well with other different kind of examples of that. Yellow Jacket, another one. So let's just say we need champions that use science and as well use things like formulas, manipulation by the means of genetics, and as well different things like chemistry, biology and stuff like that. That don't fall into the line of being mutations. The one key question would be, would Kabam consider putting in Super Soldier from the playable champions of Marvel Realm Champions into the game? I personally would disagree with this addition and would prefer if they were considering any option to put in Baron Skaar. I know there's this kind of fine line between should you put Barons from Marvel Realm into MCoC, but still, because number 1, this is a Marvel character, and number 2, it's original and fun and ferocious enough to actually go in. Big thumbs up from me on that one. So having the Son of Hulk would just be so cool. And yes, the version in Marvel Realm Champions looks so sick that it would be just an absolutely amazing addition, especially adding to the science line as it is. But in any case, let's go over some of the other Marvel scientists and as well science characters that could be added in to Marvel Contest of Champions. First of all, something that would be a good addition would be Scientist Supreme. Now, something that I have played on another game, which is a Marvel VR game, it was really good to see this character, and as well from a point of aim, advanced idea mechanics, having something of more of a defined synergy within Marvel Contest of Champions would be an incredibly good fit. I think it's something that me and the other MCoC Gabe talked about when we did our little collab video together. In that same video, we also talked about the idea of the High Evolutionary, and whether or not this would be a science or whether this be a cosmic, it would be really cool to kind of put it into more of the science line. An incredibly powerful character that could have some inner workings of abilities that reflect on the genetics or genetic implementation and manipulation is the word with this particular character. There's also links to a lot of other Marvel characters in the universe, so it would be a good fit to see something like this in game. The same thing with the tie-in as we mentioned about Adam Warlock. And this is the point where it puts a lot of pressure on the Spiderverse line and the Sinister Six and any kind of universal things around the enemies and as well as allies when it comes to Spider-Man. Does it mean that we now thrust too many sciences in this particular universe into the game? Because the biggest problem and biggest solution is that Spider-Verse characters seem to get themselves involved with scientific things, and as well seem to get their powers, get their association through the means of, oh, they're a scientist and they play about with science and all of a sudden they've got these powers. First of all, like Jackal, who does have some kind of link to the High Evolutionary, which again is a good fit for maybe 2 sciences in one given month. We've then got Curtis Connor, the Lizard, again scientific stuff, arms lost, let's use lizard DNA about the way that they regenerate, so let's do that. And now I'm a science guy, so yes, that works out. You've got the same thing with Flint Marko, aka Sandman, and how that kind of story arc goes in. Is this due to taking super soldier serum? Is this due to some kind of thing blasting them and oh, I can now do sand stuff? And the same thing goes with just so many others as well with that. But like it's just going to be a solution, but it's going to be a problem. How many Spider-Verse characters in 1 year do thrust into the game? And do Kabam wait for theatrical releases of films? Now, quite amazingly, in the last 24 hours, it's been revealed that Jamie Foxx is going to return as Electro in this film. And will this be the biggest Spider-Man film incorporating things of the Spider-Verse, looking back on old characters that maybe were introduced in Spider-Man Homecoming, bringing them to the forefront, and as well going back to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, bringing together loads of different things. There's been this rumor that all 3 Spider-Man are going to link up together in some crazy film, but I don't know if I can really see that, especially with the very bad ties that Sony and Andrew Garfield had when they literally just said the most horrible things about him. So I don't know if that will ever happen, but the thing is, money. Money talks, and if Andrew Garfield is going to turn down a payday of $5 million upwards, then man, yeah, it'd be kind of foolish not to, especially with a lot of like COVID situations. It'd be like, hey, do you want to do this for the bag? I'm doing it for the bag. But the thing is, there could be some really substantial villains. You've got Morbius coming out next year. Is there going to be something of a villain which is going to have this link and everyone's going to link up and take on the various different Spider-Men through the multiversal type world? Who knows? But yeah, that could be quite mega. And as well, could there be tie-ins with Marvel Contest of Champions? There's a possibility. Now, where does this leave us with more science champions or ideas of science characters that could be put in Marvel Contest of Champions? So you could do the Giant Man version of Dr. Henry Hank Pym. I think we've got Scott Lang in game. So having either Henry Pym or Hank Pym, Dr. William B. Foster, and as well Raz Malhotra added into the game would be really cool. My personal preference is to have the last 2 put in game, and both could go in game. It would be great science champions. First of all, why I think Raz would be a good addition is that this is something of a shout to the Indian community, especially within our game. I don't think Sorcerer Supreme was the Indian representation that I think they wanted to see, especially from a point of saying, look, well, Sorcerer Supreme is blue. Yes, okay, there is something of a backstory to India, spiritualism and things like that, which I think players do resonate with, but it's not something at a point of the, you can't see that the person's Indian based on the face. So it would be nice to see that, and that's why it's too much of a link to Marvel Realm Champions. Having something stand alone would be a good addition. Raz is very intelligent and as well studies at some of the top universities, so I think it would be a good fit indeed to put this character within the game. And I exchange the same sentiment when it comes to William B. Foster. Now, as a doctor, as a very intelligent man, and as well as one of the first, if you've seen the Ant-Man film, you kind of like know the second Ant-Man film, you know of this character. But yeah, a character that's bad turns good in the end. But here's the thing, having Goliath in game and something to have a nod, even if it went into the kind of way that the character looks in this image here, or as well in the more classic look. To be honest, I feel the top look with the G, this one here, would be like the best one to put in, rather than that one there. I mean, it looks a bit like Doctor Strange. I know it's from the comic books, but I just think this one's a bit cooler than that one. It just looks a bit kind of too encroaching on other things. But yeah, it would be great. Even the modern look looks really good in any case. But yeah, it would be good to see this kind of use of the pin particle size alteration, and as well the character getting big and just like kicking ass and stuff like that. I would love to see that. So with my proposed additions, it adds an additional 7 characters that could be put into game in order to stimulate the science line. They're all pretty valid champions to be added in, but again, do bear in mind that Kabam will be subject to putting in the movie versions of certain characters, and will they be science ones? That is going to be a bit of a difficult one. But if they're looking for ideas of science characters to put in, those are 7 really good ideas. From Goliath, from Raz, right the way through to some load of Spiderverse ones, and the son of Hulk, Skaar. They will be amazing additions to this game, and especially if they're looking to some kind of link to bring Marvel Realm Champions to light, then Skaar would be an amazing start, especially to add to the science line, which currently is the least, only by 2, but it's something that to talk about, and maybe we'll have an update by the end of the year of where we're going with the amount of numbers in classes. In any case, that's been a little video deep diving the current science-based problem in Marvel Contest of Champions and some options to fill the gaps that I think would be amazing additions to the game. Put your suggestions in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Check out some recent content up here. And as well, I'll see you tonight for the live stream over on www.twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. Thanks and bye-bye.